Uganda, often called the Pearl of Africa, offers a remarkable mix of majestic mountains, serene lakes, lush forests, and a rich, lively culture. Situated in East Africa, this nation of nearly 50 million people is renowned for its awe-inspiring scenery and the warmth of its citizens. Uganda's charm is further highlighted by its striking natural beauty, particularly that of its women, and by deeply rooted traditions, including the culturally significant yet controversial practice of virginity testing before marriage. In this feature by Baby Eagle, we uncover 14 fascinating and little-known facts about this captivating country. 14. Celebrating the grace of Ugandan women. Ugandan women are widely celebrated for their captivating natural beauty, which is often defined by their curvy physiques, radiant skin, and uniquely graceful presence. Their features, full hips, balanced proportions, and smooth complexions, are admired both within Uganda and beyond, not only as standards of beauty, but as reflections of cultural identity and national pride. This admiration extends into daily life, where their elegance is recognized in everything from traditional dances to modern fashion, and is frequently showcased in media, music, and local events. Recognizing the cultural and economic potential of this natural allure, the Uganda Tourism Board has officially acknowledged the beauty of Ugandan women as a notable attraction. In 2019, Minister of Tourism Godfrey Kawanda introduced the Miss Curvy Uganda competition, a bold initiative aimed at promoting body positivity and redefining global beauty standards. The pageant was designed not only to highlight the distinct charm of Ugandan women, but also to position this beauty as a driving force behind tourism, helping to support the country's economic development through cultural celebration. Whether in rural villages or bustling urban centers, Ugandan women exude confidence and grace in how they carry themselves. Their pride in their natural appearance and cultural heritage is unmistakable, and their presence continues to inspire admiration and respect both at home and on the international stage. Their beauty is not only visual, it's deeply tied to values of strength, dignity, and femininity that are integral to the Ugandan identity. 13. In Uganda, curves define beauty. In Ugandan culture, beauty is often defined through a lens very different from Western ideals. While many Western societies tend to glorify slender body types, Uganda embraces a more voluptuous form as the embodiment of attractiveness. Among Bantu-speaking communities and across various ethnic groups, curvaceous figures are not only admired, they are regarded as powerful symbols of abundance, good health, and fertility. In the southwestern region, particularly among the Banyankole people, it's a long-standing tradition for young brides to follow a high-calorie diet before their wedding day. This practice, meant to help them gain weight, is viewed as an essential preparation for the responsibilities of married life and childbearing. A fuller physique is seen as a visible marker of readiness for adulthood, and is often interpreted as a testament to the groom's ability to provide for his future family. In this cultural context, a woman's body becomes a source of pride, not just for herself, but for her relatives as well. A notable study conducted by Makerere University in 2018 revealed that 76% of men in Uganda's central region preferred women with fuller bodies, associating these traits with social standing, maturity, and respectability. Despite growing public health discussions around obesity and related conditions such as diabetes and hypertension, the cultural reverence for a curvy body remains strong and widespread. In Uganda, curves are more than a beauty standard. They're a deeply rooted cultural statement reflecting tradition, values, and a distinctly African appreciation for the human form. 12. Ugandan women as pillars of family life. In Ugandan society, women play an indispensable role at the heart of the household. Marriage is not merely a personal milestone, it is considered a key marker of adulthood and social fulfillment. From an early age, girls are guided toward becoming responsible wives and mothers, learning skills that are essential to maintaining a stable, nurturing home. This preparation often comes from older female relatives, especially aunts, who serve as cultural mentors. They teach everything from cooking and child-rearing to home management and the subtle social customs that uphold family honor. One of the most prominent values passed down is respect, particularly for elders and spouses. Girls are taught to kneel when greeting their elders, a gesture that symbolizes humility, gratitude, and reverence. This deeply embedded tradition carries over into married life. A Ugandan wife might welcome her husband at the door by kneeling, helping him remove his shoes and asking how his day went, not out of subservience, but as a meaningful expression of love, care, and attentiveness. These small but intentional rituals reinforce strong familial bonds and reflect a broader cultural emphasis on harmony, support, and mutual respect within the home. Ugandan women are not just caretakers. They are emotional anchors and moral guides who shape the family's character and future. Their influence extends beyond daily chores. They instill discipline, preserve traditions, and provide unwavering emotional support. In both rural villages and modern cities, their role remains central, making them the true foundation of Ugandan family life. 11. Polygamy remains a cultural reality. In Uganda, polygamy is not only legal but also remains a socially accepted tradition, particularly in rural areas and among certain ethnic communities. The practice is rooted in long-standing cultural values that view marriage not just as a bond between two individuals, but as a vital institution for preserving family heritage, expanding lineage, and strengthening communal ties. In this context, having multiple wives is often seen as a reflection of a man's social standing, wealth, and ability to care for a large family. A well-known example is Musa Haji Kose, a 70-year-old man who has fathered over 100 children and is married to 12 women. His first marriage took place in 1971 during a period of economic prosperity, allowing him to support a growing household. However, as financial circumstances evolved over the decades, he turned to more structured family planning to manage the practical challenges of raising such a large family. Another prominent case is Salongo Nikon Abib Sedu, who made headlines after marrying 7 women in a single lavish wedding ceremony, 2 of whom were twin sisters. His story reflects how polygamy is still practiced openly and celebrated by many as a symbol of masculinity and cultural pride. Today, it's estimated that approximately 40% of Uganda's population continues to engage in polygamous unions. While modern legal systems and women's rights organizations have raised concerns, particularly about the implications for gender equality, these marriages remain deeply ingrained in the traditional fabric of many Ugandan communities. For those who uphold the custom, polygamy is more than a personal choice. It's a continuation of ancestral norms, closely tied to identity, status, and the social roles assigned to both men and women. 10. Virginity testing in traditional weddings. In some parts of southwestern Uganda, especially among the Banyankole people, a long-standing marital tradition continues to stir conversation and controversy: the practice of virginity testing before a wedding. According to custom, the bride's paternal aunt holds the responsibility of verifying the bride's virginity prior to the ceremony. This act is seen as a way to uphold the family's reputation and ensure the marriage begins on a foundation of honor and purity. In certain cases, the groom's family may even request confirmation of the bride's virginity on the wedding night itself. While this ritual may appear outdated or invasive to those outside the culture, within these communities it carries significant symbolic weight. It is perceived not merely as a test of the bride, but as a gesture that reflects the moral standing of her family and the seriousness with which marriage is approached. It also highlights the influence of elder women, who play a vital role in passing down cultural values, offering guidance and safeguarding familial traditions. Despite increasing criticism from human rights advocates and shifting attitudes in more urbanized regions, this custom still survives in some rural areas. For many, it remains a deeply embedded part of Uganda's heritage, a tradition tied to social expectations, gender roles, and the importance placed on chastity and respect in marital unions. 9. Bicycles, the backbone of rural transportation. In many parts of Uganda, especially in the countryside, bicycles are the go-to method for getting around. With limited access to public transit and the high cost of cars, bicycles provide a practical, low-cost solution. In cities like Kampala, they're a common sight on the streets, weaving through traffic while carrying everything from passengers to goods and livestock. In rural regions where roads are often poorly maintained, bicycles are essential for travel to markets, schools, and clinics. According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, more than 60% of rural households own at least one bicycle, compared to just 7% who own a vehicle. Bikes also play a vital role in agriculture, helping farmers move up to 100 pounds of produce like maize, potatoes, and bananas. A growing trend is the use of bamboo bicycles, lightweight, eco-friendly, and made from local materials, offering a greener alternative to traditional metal bikes. 8. Uganda takes the lead in electric car innovation. Uganda has made history as the first African country to produce its own electric vehicles. Developed by students and researchers at Makerere University, the Kira EV is a two-seater electric car designed to promote sustainability and reduce emissions. It can be fully charged using a standard household outlet and reaches speeds up to 124 miles per hour, 200 kilometers per h. While priced between $10,000 and $11,000, still out of reach for many Ugandans, it is significantly cheaper than comparable electric cars from Western markets. This advancement puts Uganda on the map as a leader in green technology and marks an important step in the country's journey toward eco-friendly transport. 7. Uganda, Africa's top refugee host. Uganda stands as a beacon of compassion and inclusivity on the African continent, having opened its borders to over 1.8 million refugees, making it the largest refugee hosting country in Africa. Most of these individuals have fled ongoing conflicts in neighboring South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and other crisis-stricken regions, seeking safety and a chance at rebuilding their lives. What's especially notable is that approximately 86% of Uganda's refugee population consists of women and children, many of whom arrive with no possessions, escaping traumatic circumstances with only the hope of a better future. In response, Uganda has implemented one of the most progressive and humane refugee policies in the world. The government grants refugees access to land for farming, as well as free public education and health care, allowing them not just to survive, but to integrate and thrive within Ugandan communities. This remarkable approach has earned Uganda widespread international recognition and praise from humanitarian organizations and the UN. However, the generosity also comes at a cost. It places considerable strain on local infrastructure, schools, medical facilities, and natural resources. Despite these pressures, Uganda continues to honor its commitment, reflecting the country's deep cultural values of unity, empathy, and hospitality. 6. Agricultural abundance and fertility. Thanks to its fertile volcanic soil, abundant rainfall, and extensive river networks, Uganda ranks among the most agriculturally productive countries in Africa. Agriculture is not just a vital sector, it is the economic backbone of the nation, employing around 70% of the population and providing the main source of livelihood for millions of households. Uganda's agricultural output is both diverse and abundant. Bananas are a dietary staple, consumed daily in dishes like matoke, while coffee is the country's leading export, prized internationally for its bold, rich flavor. Other key crops include tea, tobacco, and cotton, all of which contribute significantly to Uganda's foreign exchange earnings. Smallholder farmers make up the majority of the sector, working on family plots that produce both subsistence crops and goods for sale in local and international markets. Often referred to as the breadbasket of East Africa, Uganda's natural endowments provide an ideal environment for year-round farming. Although challenges such as climate change, crop diseases, and fluctuating market prices do exist, the country's agricultural potential remains immense. With increased investment in technology, infrastructure, and sustainability, Uganda could further position itself as a regional leader in food security and agribusiness. 5. A sanctuary for wildlife and nature. For those who love wildlife and the outdoors, Uganda is a treasure trove of biodiversity. The country boasts over 5,000 plant species and more than 1,000 bird species. Its varied ecosystems, from dense tropical rainforests to open savannas, support an extraordinary range of animals. The renowned Bwindi Impenetrable Forest is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to nearly half of the planet's remaining mountain gorillas. Uganda's national parks also feature lions, leopards, elephants, and the elusive Nile crocodile. Whether tracking wildlife in Queen Elizabeth National Park or hiking misty jungle trails, Uganda promises unforgettable encounters with nature. 4. Lake Victoria, a giant of freshwater. Straddling Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, Lake Victoria is Africa's largest freshwater lake and the second biggest in the world by surface area. Spanning around 69,000 square kilometers, it's a vital resource for millions who depend on it for fishing, transportation, and agriculture. It's also a major draw for visitors thanks to its scenic views, peaceful islands, and thriving ecosystem. Uganda's Sese Islands, in particular, are renowned for their tranquility and cultural richness. Lake Victoria remains both a lifeline and a natural wonder. 3. Hidden wealth in oil and gas. Beneath the soils of western Uganda, particularly in the area surrounding Lake Albert, lie vast reserves of oil and natural gas, resources that, until recently, have remained largely untouched. These untapped deposits represent a potential turning point for Uganda's economic future. With proper development, they could fuel industrial growth, generate thousands of jobs, and fund critical improvements in national infrastructure, including roads, power grids, and public services. The discovery of these reserves has sparked widespread excitement and cautious optimism. For a country where agriculture has long dominated the economy, entering the energy sector could diversify revenue streams and elevate Uganda's position on the global economic stage. Oil wealth, if managed responsibly, has the power to reduce poverty, improve access to education and health care, and fast-track national development. However, this opportunity comes with serious challenges. Environmentalists have raised concerns about the potential impact of oil extraction on Uganda's delicate ecosystems, particularly in regions near wildlife habitats and natural reserves. Lake Albert itself, surrounded by lush biodiversity, is a vital resource for fishing communities and local agriculture. Any contamination or degradation could have lasting consequences. There is also the ever-present risk of corruption and mismanagement, a fate that has plagued many resource-rich nations. Without strong governance, transparent contracts, and accountable leadership, the promise of oil could quickly devolve into inequality, conflict, and exploitation. Uganda now stands at a critical crossroads with clear policy, careful planning, and community inclusion. the country can turn this hidden wealth into a force for progress. But if poorly handled, this same resource could widen economic divides and threaten the very environment and communities it aims to uplift. 2. A refuge for mountain gorillas. Few places on Earth offer the chance to see endangered mountain gorillas in their natural environment, and Uganda is one of them. The windy, impenetrable forest, a dense and magical expanse, shelters about half of the remaining gorilla population worldwide. Trekking through its thick foliage to meet these gentle giants is often described as a life-changing experience. Living in tight-knit family groups led by dominant silverbacks, these gorillas inspire awe with their strength and social complexity. Uganda's commitment to conservation has been instrumental in preserving their future. 1. A land of languages and cultural richness. Uganda is a mosaic of cultures and languages, with over 30 native tongues spoken across the country. This linguistic diversity mirrors its ethnic variety. Luganda is the most commonly spoken language in central Uganda, including in the capital, Kampala. English serves as the official language for government, education, and commerce, while Swahili is widely used for trade and interregional communication, particularly in the north and east. The multilingual nature of Ugandan society fosters cross-cultural dialogue and reinforces the national spirit of unity in diversity. Uganda truly is a land full of surprises and charm, isn't it? If you found this journey exciting and want to keep exploring unique cultures around the world with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.